The Staten Island Tax Day Tea Party is an informal demonstration organized by and for citizens who are no longer willing to tolerate an irresponsible, unresponsive government, Republican or Democrat. This gathering is intended to send a firm and respectful statement. We have had enough, and we encourage attendees to continue to become informed and engaged. We, the organizers, ask that everyone attending please maintain an underlying spirit of civility and respect for the people around you and for your private property. We ask that anyone displaying signs please ensure that they are not threatening or vulgar and that they focus on the issues at hand. We ask that everyone please clean up after themselves or others when they see debris and trash. We have plenty of garbage bags near the registration table, and that if you see any rowdyism or troublemaking, please report it to a staffer or a police officer. If you are approached by a reporter or any member of the media, please speak about what you know. Nobody expects you to be a policy expert on every issue, and don't be afraid to say, I don't know. So at this point, I'd like to kick it off by reintroducing my co-organizer and a tireless worker, Mrs. Lorraine Scannon.
Okay, the question that everyone will ask of us is, why are you here?
Come in.
So this is what you can tell them. Tell them we are preach responsibility by an administration that sees nothing wrong with hiring tax cheats and lobbyists to run our government and are always shifting the blame for their shortcomings to the previous administration. Did not even read the entire $1 trillion stimulus bill, then faked outrage when things turned sour for them. They refuse to take responsibility for their own actions.
They have no responsibility. They don't have any.
Tell them you are against a $900 billion stimulus that has yet to stimulate and is not set to stimulate for years down the road.
Where's the job? Where's the job?
We also object to the insulting idea that $13 more a week will somehow improve our quality of life and set off the taxes that we now face.
What a joke! It's a joke!
Tell them you are against a president who campaigns on the promise of no more earmarks or pork, yet secretly and without his full public notice signs a bill with 9,000 earmarks and tons of pork. Tell them you are against the fact that our government will pass a budget that numbers into trillions of dollars, an action that will affect future generations and their quality of life, and create over $10 trillion in new debt.
Save our kids!
Yes!
Save the country!
Save our kids!
It's right here.
Tell them you do not understand what right our government has to take over a car company. This is a massive intrusion into free market institutions that can expand and multiply to include other industries and companies.
Save capitalism!
Tell them you do not understand how a government that forced banks to make risky mortgage loans can now make those who can pay their mortgages subsidize the mortgages of those who can't. Tell them you are against the elimination of the secret ballot in union elections. Tell them you are against a cap-and-trade energy program that is nothing less than a crippling tax on all Americans simply for the privilege of using energy. Tell them you are against a nationalized healthcare system that makes healthcare decisions for you. You are especially against another tax on private healthcare programs that are already working for millions of American families. We now get word that banks want to return government money are being made to keep it.
Right, this way they can own everything.
That only goes to show that a real insidious agenda is at play here. The banks are being made to keep the money so the administration in Washington can have total control over executive decisions and compensation from the top down. This is happening in the banking industry, but what can stop it from happening and affecting other industries? Which brings us to a scary epidemic that is sweeping the left-wing media as well as Washington. The punishment of success and demonizing of those who succeed. The idea that we have to penalize success, tax success, and regulate success is all the rage in Washington and the media.
Stop rewarding failure!
We would hope that fair-minded people like those gathered here and our congressmen see that this is counterproductive to growth and prosperity and is not the American way. Finally, we are against the fact that when we have the gall to disagree with this radical agenda, we are told we are hateful. We are told we are short-sighted. We are told we are psychologically deranged, and we are told we are racist. We were told there would be change, but all we get is more of the same and then some. We were told there would be bipartisanship, but in the world of Washington, the definition of bipartisanship is that if you agree with us, it's bipartisanship. If you don't agree with us, they do what they want anyway.
Vote them all out!
This all demonstrates that when one party has total control over the government, the Founding Fathers' principles of checks and balances is thrown out, and we have seen this time and time again. We implore the Congressman McMahon, to break the mold and fight for us in this battle for our country. Congressman McMahon must be made aware of how we feel about this march towards larger government, this massive irresponsible spending, and this punishing of success. Staten Island did not overwhelmingly vote for the bogus Obama change. Staten Island does not want European model stagnant economies, welfare states, and mediocrity. We also want the Congress to know that the framers of our Constitution viewed the Constitution as a means to restrain and limit government, not to restrain and limit the individual. I'm going to introduce some guest speakers here. Anybody? All right, we'll now take the opportunity to invite the people who signed up to speak. We're going to start with our staff first. Each speaker will finish up their speech by reciting a quote from the Founding Fathers. Where is Don? Don?